Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking sketch covers with comic book artist Casey Coller.
Yoshi!
Hey everyone, welcome back. So yeah, earlier this month I'd flown to Washington DC and attended the largest fan-run Transformers convention, TFCon. And this was by far the best convention experience I've had, hands down. I've been to Emerald City Comic Con, I've been to PAX, I've been to a couple other conventions. This was by far the best experience for a convention I've ever had. Everything from the hotel that hosted the convention was great, the staff there was great, and right outside the hotel, within a very short walking distance, were several really good restaurants. There was a movie theater, a convenience store, there's even a cigar shop for those of us who like to smoke cigars. But yeah, it was all of those things combined, including the TFCon staff and how nice they were and just facilitating all the people that were there to attend the convention. The whole thing was just great. I had a blast. But yeah, that's enough about the convention. I want to get back on track and to my interview with Casey Coller. So about a month before TFCon DC was taking place, Casey announced on Twitter that he was going to be attending the convention. So I immediately shot him an email with reference art and notes on the commission I'd like him to do for a sketch cover, and asked him if he'd be able to do it, if he'd be willing to take on this project. And he said yes. So I wrapped up one of my copies of Transformers Regeneration 1 100, the blank variant, as well as his fees for doing the commission, and I mailed that off to him. So let's go ahead and go to my interview in Washington, D.C. with Casey Coller about the sketch cover he did for me. Hey everybody, I'm here with Casey Coller again, and we're going to talk about sketch covers again.
All right.
So following the template from last year, I got a hold of you ahead of time when I found out you were coming to TFCon this year.
Yep. Best way to do it.
Sent you reference art, sent you the book.
Yeah.
So what I sent you were, I wanted to homage Todd McFarlane's work on specifically Batman 300. And I'll put the pictures up.
274 or something
274,
like that.
and then Spawn.
That one I couldn't tell you.
They're very similar covers, and I'll put the pictures up. But I asked Mr. Coller here to homage it with Transformers, replacing the main character with Coronation Starscream, and it was very important to me that the cape was represented well, that the cape was the character in itself.
Right.
So what do we end up with, sir?
Well, here's what we got.
That turned out fantastic. I was so worried. I was so worried about the shoulder pads, honestly. I think I put that in the email. The shoulder pads worry me.
It actually, when you look at the Spawn one, he's got the cape really kind of curled up here, and the same with the Batman. Some artists draw like a little curl up of the cape.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked well with the shoulder pads, I think.
So this is the question that's been floating in my head.
Yeah.
You're homaging Todd McFarlane. In doing that, and specifically in the cape, I guess, when you do that, do you kind of get a sense of how he works?
Definitely. I mean, I've been, paying attention to his art for a long time, but definitely, especially with capes, he does a lot of this kind of ripply, whirly stuff with the cape, and I've emulated that a little bit before, back when I used to like to draw superheroes and stuff. Yeah. I definitely don't get as wild as he does, but I definitely tried to stick to his style.
It feels right. It's so good.
It's got this strange, very dynamic, the cape comes up here and then just boom, kind of flowers out right there, and
it's got personality.
Very unique. You wouldn't see anybody else doing that.
And this detail with the missile and replacing the bats with the tapes.
Right, yeah.
And specifically Rat Bat, that's cool. That's really cool.
Rat Bat was the natural choice.
Who was it? Was it Herb Trempe? I think it's Herb Trempe. I got a sketch cover by Herb Trempe, and I asked him to do a Rat Bat, and it's good. I like Rat Bat.
That's awesome.
That's cool. And then you did the symbol with your name.
Right, yeah.
This thing just turned out amazing.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you like it.
With the first one you did for me, with the Circuit Breaker and those guys, I could see that. I knew what I was going to get. Yeah. But this, you far exceeded my expectations.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, there was a little more room for interpretation there. So. Yeah. But it was fun.
And the detail you fit into this.
Yeah.
What do you use to draw this?
For the small stuff, I usually use a Micron 005.
Okay.
It's pretty much the thinnest line you can get, at least that I know of, and it's very, very thin.
And is
You
there,
get in there with a lot of detail.
if I were to go back in time, is there pencil work underneath this that you re-inked over, or did you just go to it, man?
No. It's all penciled, and I use a kneaded eraser to take off the pencil after it's inked, because it doesn't chip away at the inks at all. Basically, I'll get the outline of everything done. I won't fill in all the blacks or even some of the heavy lines. I just get so basically all of my rough pencils are represented, and then I sweep them all off and then finish it up with some darker inks.
Gotcha. That's just so cool. Just the detail, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
So, for anybody watching that wants something from you, are you taking commissions while you're not at cons? Will you just do that on the whim?
It's really only at conventions.
Okay.
The time I reserve for cons is like the only time I have to do this. And if that ever changes, keep your eye on my Twitter. I'll throw it out there.
Okay.
I've got, people message me asking about this stuff, and I hate saying no, but I also, have kids that
No,
need to be
everybody's
taken
got a
care
life.
of and stuff.
Yeah.
But if I ever do open them up, I'll throw it out on Twitter, and feel free to contact me, and we can work something out.
Cool. All right, well, I'll include your Twitter down below.
Awesome.
And have a great TFCon, man.
All right, man. You too. Boom.
So that's my interview with comic book artist Casey Coller. I really couldn't be happier with how my commission came out. And honestly, guys, if you get the opportunity to commission a piece from Casey, you really should. I promise you won't be disappointed. The guy does amazing work. I also want to say that if you're at all interested about how TFCon DC was, I did a full-length video for the Transmissions podcast that you can check out on YouTube. I'll include a link down below in the show notes. You really should check that out. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.